Hello and welcome to All Aboard Resin Creations. In today's video we're going to be making a Christmas tea light holder. I'm using Apex resin and it's the high gloss finish resin, and I've given part A a water bath in some warm water, and I'm now just going to stir it for 4 minutes. Now that's all stirred in, I'm going to be adding some mother of pearl glitter and then stirring that in. It's quite deep in this large pot, so I'm going to put the mixture into 2 separate pots so it doesn't cure up so quick in the deeper pot. Now I can start adding the resin to the mould. So I'm going to start by adding it to these long thin bits. One's got Merry in it and one's got Christmas in it, and then the other 3 have got hearts, stars and little circle indents in them, so they get hollowed out once it's demoulded. So we're going to carry on filling up all of this, and I'll put you on a fast forward while I'm doing this, and I'll be back in a minute.
Corner by the tree sits Tealight, holder sparkles bits, casting shadows on the wall, tiny, big and soft and small.
Now that's all poured in, I'm going to give it a spray of isopropyl alcohol just to release any air bubbles that might be in there. I'm now going to use like a little dotting tool just to pop any bubbles that I can see on the surface, paying attention to the little bits that are raised. I didn't do a water test to see how much this mould would take, so I've got some left over, and I've got this little teddy bear mould, and, well, no, not teddy bear, it's like a bear. So I'm just going to fill him up with some leftover resin, so he'll be nice when he comes out. And of course I've still got some left over, so I'm going to find another little mould. I've got a little bead mould, so I'm going to be using that, and then any leftover resin can go into there. Right, these are all cured up nicely now, and the other bits that I poured with my extra, the little beads that I made, they came out quite nice, so I made some keychains out of those. I've added one of the square ones that I made, and then added a few bits to it, and then on this one I added 2 of the beads and then added the extras to it. I also made this little bear, and she's got her little crown on, and she's got a little flower on her belly, so she's came out nice. And now we're going to get these out the mould, so let's crack on with getting these out.
Bringing warmth to winter's night, flickering in gentle light, glass and metal hold the gleam, Christmas magic in the dream.
So these long bits that we've made, they stand up in this little groove here, and they go all the way around. But as you can see, there's 10 holes here, and I've only made 5 so far of the resin ones. So, and also I've only got 1 base, and we need to make 2, one for the bottom and one for the top. So we're going to make another 3, but this time we're going to use some eco resin. I'll be using Resin Crete for this, and it's an eco resin. It's a 3-to-1 mixture with water by weight with a 30-minute demould time. So that's 100 grams of powder to 30 grams of water. So I'm going to start by adding the water. So roughly 90 grams of water, and then I'm going to be adding the powder. So I'm going to be adding 300 grams of the powder. I'm now going to give this a good stir, making sure that I get all the powder and the water mixed in nicely together, making sure there isn't any clumps of powder left on the bottom, and then making sure that I scrape around the sides and get it all mixed in nicely. Now that's all nicely mixed in, we can get it into the mould. So while I do this, I'll just pop you on a fast forward and you can listen to some music.
Corner by the tree sits Tealight, holder sparkles bits, casting shadows on the wall.
Now that's all poured in, we can leave that to set, and I'll be back in a minute when that's all done. These are all cured up nicely now, so we're going to pop these out of the moulds, and while I do that, I'll put you on a quick fast forward and you can listen to some music.
Tealight holder shining bright, guide us through this peaceful night. With your glow, our hearts you mend, light the way to joy, my friend. Snow is falling outside slow, inside where your embers glow. Family gather, songs they sing, Tealight holder starts to swing.
Now these are all ready and all cured, I'm just going to put them in some sort of order, because obviously some of them say Merry on them, some of them say Christmas on them, so I want them to be in opposites. So each one is going to be a clear one, then a solid one, then a clear one, then a solid one, but I want to make sure that I'm getting the Merry and the Christmas in some sort of order. So now they're all in the order that I want them in. So the bottom one's going to be the Eco Pour, the top one's going to be the Resin one, and we're going to start by fixing these strips into the base. I'm going to be using a Superglue with an activator just to hold them in place in these little grooves. So I'm going to do that, and I'll put you on a fast forward.
Corner by the tree sits Tealight, holder sparkles bits, casting shadows on the wall. Tiny beacon, soft and small, bringing warmth to winter's night, flickering in gentle light. Glass and metal hold the gleam, Christmas magic in the dream. Tealight holder shining bright, guide us through this peaceful night. With your glow, our hearts you mend, light the way to joy, my friend.
This mould I found to be so fiddly, trying to slot these in without one falling over and then one falling out. The glue didn't hold on some of them, so if you've used this mould, if you could let me know in the comments how you actually managed to fit it together, because I found it just so fiddly, but I got there in the end. So yes, it actually looks really nice when it's done though, so it was worth all the faffing around. Thank you ever so much for watching my video, and if you would like to subscribe, it doesn't cost anything, so I appreciate anyone that subscribes to my channel, and stay tuned for the photos at the end. Thanks ever so much for watching. Bye for now.
Corner by the tree sits Tealight, holder sparkles bits, casting shadows on